Time for a Santa-infused Top That Trade. Joining us now, our top elves, Flynn, a Fox Business News Network contributor, and Knuckman, the chief market strategist at bullseyeoption.com. Ready for our trader game, guys. Round number 1, sleigh ride. Is the Fed soft landing likely to stick, or are we in for a bumpy ride?
It couldn't have been any softer at this point unless you gave away free pillows. I mean, this is the softest landing so far. Everybody had predicted a recession. Not just everybody. I'm talking 100% was the consensus by Bloomberg. That didn't happen. And rates are going to be cut here in the future sooner as opposed to later. So we've got inflation down. We've got the dollar down. We've got rates down. And we've got the VIX down. And guess what? The market's up.
And how can you have a soft landing when you haven't landed yet, right? You're still kind of like in the air, you know? And what if a storm comes up? What you need Rudolph, right? Flashing red nose to get there. But you're right. I mean, obviously the concerns about the economy are not nearly as bad as the market has feared. That's why stocks had an incredible run up, you know, but there are still some concerns out there. The inflation bug hasn't quite gone away. And the biggest issue is when the Fed's going to start pulling back on this interest rates increase. And that's the biggest risk. If they don't cut back fast enough, you know, all of a sudden the soft landing, you know, you could run into, you know, an elf or something and who knows?
Round number 2, rooftop stock. What stock do you think is likely to jump by the end of the year?
After the COP28, why not put coal in your stock in, right? Because they're trying to outlaw coal, even though China and India is buying record amounts. Shh, don't look over there, right? But I do think that energy is the Christmas stocking stuffer, because if you look at the earnings versus the price of these stocks, they're at historic highs. One I really like, I think it's PBF Energy. You know, I think their earnings are 10 times what the share price is. So that's why I like energy. You know, not a lot of people have invested because oil prices come back down, but that's the time to buy these stocks.
I just like the market in general. I think this breakout is going to target, we've talked about S&P 5,000, and that's not that far away.
Round number 3, stocking stuffer. What shares would you like Santa to leave in your stocking?
Oh, this is such a layup every single year. You know, you have oranges, and guess what goes with oranges? Apple. Apple every single year. Just a few shares. Put them in there. You don't have to buy the latest gadget. Put the shares in there. Actually, I'm a Michigan State guy, so Michigan, my home, Ford. I think Ford is really super undervalued. Put that under your tree. That's what I see. That's $11 stock. It was at 25 not long ago. The PE is 7. Believe in America.
Do you remember back in the olden days, if you believed in America, you would buy bonds, right? And years ago, you know, that would be a present that you would give a kid, like a savings bond, right? Then interest rates went to 0, and it's like, what is this? You're going to be something that's going to be worth nothing or less money in a few years. But that has changed. So maybe it's a good time for the new year to educate your children on the value of investment. Buy them a treasury bond. Now, it's not like the old days, you know, they do them online now. So you have to kind of draw up and say, hey, you've got a computer entry for this much money, but get them interested, because the earlier they start, the better off they're going to be when they get older.
Here's your bonus round question for today. Mariah Carey has that big hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You. How many times did that hit the Billboard 100 charts? 1 time, 3 times in a row, or 4 times in a row?
Mariah, I love you, but I'm sick of that particular song, okay? I'm sorry, but the answer is probably 3 times, because it seems like it keeps coming back every year.
4 years, and everybody loves Mariah.
That is correct, Alan. 4 years in a row, it was a Billboard Top 100 hit. Well played. Merry Christmas, guys. Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.